Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naranjaiva Narottamam Devin Saraswatin Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudiraye Nashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttamasloke Bhaktin Bhavatir Naistiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devagi Nandanaya Cha Nandakopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. Welcome all the devotees for the morning Srimad Bhagavatam discussion. Today we are going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 5, text number 14, 2-5-14. The canto name is The Cosmic Manifestation and the chapter name is The Cause of All Causes. Please repeat the sloga behind me. Dravyaṁ karma cha kālaś
Dravyam karma cha kālaś
svabhāvo jīva eva cha vāsudevāt brahman
vāsudevāt paro brahman
na cānyo rtho asti tattvataḥ.
tattvataḥ.
Word by word meaning, please repeat behind me. Dravyaṁ, the ingredients. Earth, water, fire, air and sky.
Earth, water, fire, air and sky.
Karma, the interaction. Cha, and kālaḥ, eternal time. Cha, also. Sva-bhāvaḥ, intuition or nature. Jīvaḥ, the living being. Eva, certainly. Cha, and. Vāsudevāt, from Vāsudeva. Paraḥ, differentiated parts. Brahman, O brahmaṇa. Na, never. Cha, also. Anyaḥ, separate. Arthaḥ, value. Asti, there is. Tattvataḥ, in truth. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charanavranta A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation, please repeat behind me. The five elementary ingredients of creation. The interaction. Thereof set up by eternal time. And the intuition or nature of the individual living being are all differentiated part and parcel of the personality of Godhead. Vāsudeva. And in truth, there is no other value in them. Purport. The phenomenal world is impersonally the representation of Vāsudeva because the ingredients of its creation, their interaction, and the enjoyer of their resultant actions, the living being, are all produced by the eternal and internal energy of the Lord. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 7.4 and 5. The ingredients, namely earth, water, fire, air, and sky, as well as the conception of material identity, intelligence, and the mind, are produced of the eternal energy of the Lord. The living entity who enjoys the interactions of the above gross and subtle ingredients, as set up by eternal time, is an offshoot of internal potency, with freedom to remain either in the material world or in the spiritual world. In the material world, the living entity is enthused by deluding nations, but in the spiritual world, he is in the normal condition of spiritual existence without any delusion. The living entity is known as the material potency of the Lord, but in all circumstances, neither the material ingredients nor the spiritual parts and parcels are independent of the personality of Godhead Vāsudeva. For all things, whether products of the external, internal, and or marginal potencies of the Lord, are simply displays of the same effulgence of the Lord, just as light, heat, and smoke are displays of fire. None of them is separate from the fire. all of them combined together to be called fire. Similarly, all phenomenal manifestation as well as the effulgence of the body of the Vāsudeva are his impersonal features, whereas he external existence in his transcendental form called Satchitananda Vigraha, distinct from all conceptions of the material ingredients mentioned above. Om Tassa. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmulidam Yana Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishnaya Bhutare Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavad Pashasha Deshatarane. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So today's sloka again, the continuation of Brahma and Narada discussion. So yesterday we discussed, the previous sloka we discussed that Brahmaji is explaining that how a person who is having the less intelligent person, how he will be. So he will talk nonsense, and he always in the conception of this is I did this, is taking care of the ownership of the products or any objects. It is done by me, or this is mine, this is I. So the I and mine propensity will be there with that person. So that is the way Brahma explained. And now today, this sloka, Brahmaji is explaining about the who is the owner of the creation. So he is saying that all the 5 elementary ingredients of the creation, so all are set up by the Lord to eternal time. So all this living nature and the living entities, everything are all part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, Vāsudeva. So, and there is no value for, without the Lord, there is no value for these items. Whatever created by the Lord, there is no value. So we are thinking that this is the moon, this is the sun, these are so many planets are there. We are in the material world, earth. We are occupying the land. If it is the land in the city, it is a high rate, low rate, everything within this material world only for us only. And originally there is no value for them. That's what Krishna is saying. See that when even if you take our body, if ever take our body as a, there is a scientist, he experimented what is there in our body and he listed down all the chemicals which are there in our body. He put that is the magnesium, potassium, calcium, all the ingredients what are there in our body, he lists down and he put the rate for each of us, each of that chemicals. And finally, he come out with a solution that it is a value of 110 rupees. Sorry, $110, like that he told. So that is the way he told. So that means there is no other, that is our value of the body is $100 only, not more than that. That is that chemicals which are there in our body. But within this material world, when there is a living entity, that's what here Brahma is mentioning. Without the Lord, there is no other value in this body. So if the Lord is there and the soul is in this body, then only there is the value for this body. Otherwise, there is no value. Then what we are doing? We are taking and burning to the ashes. And we are otherwise we are burying in the ground. So there is no value to the body. So that is the way Brahma is explaining here. And also in Bhagavad Gita also, Lord is saying in 7.4 and 7.5. So we'll see what Lord is saying in the 7.4. Bhumir apo analo vayuha kamano buddhir evacha ankara itiyam me binna prakritir astadam. So Krishna saying in 7.4, earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego, all together, these 8 constitute my separate material energies. So Krishna is claiming that all these elements, we are always Our scientists, they won't accept that mind, intelligence, and false ego also the one of the elements of the Lord. They will always go with the material because this mind, intelligence, and false ego are the subtle elements. Earth, water, fire, air, ether are the gross elements. So this 5 gross elements and 3 subtle elements, the combination of together all is 8 or the energy of mind. That's what Krishna is saying. Krishna is claiming through sloga. Since Krishna is claiming this, so we have to, without any doubt, we have to accept that. There should not be any doubt. We should not have any doubt on this because Krishna is claiming. But our scientists, since they studied a little bit, so there they will understand. They will say that this 5 elements, it is made up of by chance. It made. It is not made by any person. It is by chance. It's made. Everything, whatever the creation, they don't have the ultimate knowledge. The scientist cannot understand what is the source of all this. What is the source? From where? Why it is the earth is created in this way? Why the sun is coming in this particular time, setting particular time? Why it is? See, the sun is so much of heat. Even if sun is little closer to the earth, everything will be burned in this material world. But still, the sun is the far away from the earth. It is according to the living entities, whatever how much heat it is required. But even still, we are not able to sustain the heat, even though the sun is there in the far away. And it is in the our scientists calculated that it will take 7 minutes the sun rays which is started from the sun to reach the earth. It will take 7 minutes for the sun rays. So this is the way the sun is working. So how it is working? Who is the source of the sun? What is the source of the sun? It is not. So, but scientists, they don't have the answer. They will say it is came by the chance. So nothing can by chance. Even a small needle or a blade of grass, it cannot came by the chance. There should be a creator behind that. So that only the person who is understanding the spirituality, who is having the faith on the scriptures, only that person can understand, and that can understand there is a supreme Lord who is behind all of this. So he is taking care of these things. So that is the way he is doing the creation. He is the creator of everything. He is maintainer. He is the creator. He is the maintainer. He is the annihilator. So even the scientists, they don't have the reason how the universal is there are some in the annihilation is happening. So now and then there is a small annihilation is happening through cyclone or natural disasters, the flood, natural disasters. And why it is happening, how it is happening, they will give the material reason. So it is because of the cyclone, the cyclone formed in the sea, and it is crossing the multiple places. So the cyclone is coming near to the city. So the cyclone is entering the city. So this is the way they are saying that why and how the cyclone is getting created, and who is controlling that. So there must be a person who is controlling that, right? And then see the cyclone is coming, right? So where it is going, how it is coming, how it is going, everything it is beyond our understanding. So how the scientists, they are trying to understand through the scientific way. See, and we are seeing so much of water in the ocean, and there are multiple rivers, big rivers are flowing, and they are merging with the river. If there is a small flood, there is a flood in the river, we are all unable to sustain in the near to the places. That much heavy flood is happening means there is all the living entities around that place going along with the flood only. But that much of water is going and storing they are merging with the ocean, but the ocean it is not means it won't come out from its limit. It is not increasing its limit. It is always in the same place only. So how it is happening? So our scientists are again there are what we'll say, the Antarctica, because of the heat, what is happening? Because of the climatic change, it is what are the solid the water, all the water is in solid form in Antarctica, that is become liquidated. It is in the ice form. That is because of the heat increasing, because of the climatic condition. The heat is increased in the earth because of the ice is getting it is getting melted and it is coming the ocean. There is a chance our ocean will increase the water. So they are saying this from so many years, but still the ocean is increasing. But because of that also ocean is increasing. But still there are so much of water. Again, it is going getting connected with the ocean. That is also it is not increasing again. And also if you see there is a kind of a perfect recycle. Lord made the perfect recycle. We are thinking that where the rainwater is so much pure. It is pure water. Of course, it's a pure water, but there is a natural mechanism made by the Lord. The sun will absorb all the water, even the water from it will observe the water. Wherever the water is there, water source is there, it will absorb that water. It will observe the water from the ocean, observe the water from the rivers, observe the water from the ponds. It will observe the water from the drainage also. It will observe the urine, whatever the even the person who urine, human urine, animal urine, whatever the urine in the form of liquid, it will observe from that also. Everything the the sun will observe and it will form the cloud, and the water is again observed from the sea also. The large quantity is observed from the ocean, and again it is forming a cloud. Again, it is pouring the water to this material world. So whatever we are getting the water through the form of rain. So it is the perfect system. Who made this? There must be a person who is doing all these activities, right? And also the rain is coming for the particular month only. This particular month, there is the summer, the first of the summer season is coming. In the summer, the entire water getting absorbed, the cloud is getting formed. Then after the summer, immediately what is happening? The raining season is coming. So all the whatever water absorbed by the clouds evaporated from the earth, it all form a cloud and it is pouring to the places, irrespective of whether the person is doing good or not, good or bad, all the living entities are benefited out of it. And how this wonderful system made by the Lord, we cannot imitate that because we are very limited. We cannot imitate it. There is our scientists also tried this way with the artificial, making the cloud an artificial way and pouring the rain. So even though we are trying in our attempt, but what will happen? It will destroy this. It will destroy our earth. If you are doing anything artificially, if you are going against the nature, it will destroy the earth. And also our because of our adamant behavior, the human being is adamant behavior. Since we are puffed up with our limited knowledge, we are thinking that we are fully knowledgeable. So now there is a project they are thinking, the Microsoft owner, Bill Gates, he is thinking for a project. What is that? They are going to spread the some materials outside of the earth. So in the space, so that it will what it will do? It will reflect, it will observe the sunlight. So the less sunlight will come. So if the sunlight more, wherever the heat waves are there, it will reduce the heat wave. That is the way our human brain is thinking. They are trying to do that. So if we are touching whatever the nature creation by the Lord, created by the Lord, if we are using your tiny brain, if we are going against the nature, it is not going to give any positive result. It is going to give the negative result only, because there are many other nations who are there are some other nations they are supporting that, and some other nations they are giving oppose also, because we should not try, we should not play with the nature. That is the way we are. There are arguments is going on now, but yeah, that is correct. So we should not, whatever Lord provided, he made the perfect system. So we don't want to change any of the things by our tiny mind. Our tiny brain is given by the Lord to understand Him. Who is the Lord, who are we, and what is our where we supposed to go, why we are here. All this understanding only Lord gave the tiny brain. But with the tiny brain, what we are doing, whatever the Lord created, we are trying to imitate those things. Trying to do the artificial rain, trying to create an artificial sun. This and all, it won't work. See, whatever even though we are doing the artificial things, forming a cloud, the ingredients, which is the basic ingredient for the cloud is water. The source is water and this heat. So the water and the heat, sunlight, and the both are the source of the Lord only. The fire and the water, the heat produced from the fire. So the heat and the water, these are the source of the Lord sources. It is not, we are not creating the sources. We are using the whatever the source provided by the Lord, and we are trying to imitate what Lord created naturally. And Lord created for the entire world, wherever all over the places, different time, different climatic condition, different way of rain is pouring. But we are trying to imitate that for a specific place, small place, according to our tiny mind. So that won't be fruitful. Whatever the activities we are doing, these are all we are going against the nature. And even light, whatever the light invention of the electricity, we are saying that we are proudly feeling that we invented the electricity, and we are the great. All the animals are whatever the animals are doing, they are abiding the nature's law. When the sun appears, they will come out. Animals, birds, all the other living entities other than the human being. When the sun appears, it will come out and it will go for the grazing. And when the sun set, there is no light after that. They are going again to their respective homes, and they are staying at the night and they are sleeping. And they are abiding the nature's law. They are not destroying any of the nature. They are going, they are here. It means in other way, we can say that all the other living entities, they are helping the nature actually. Even the small squirrel also, it is burying the nut here and there, and that nut, it is becoming a tree. The elephant is one of the great living entity, which because of the elephant, the forests are getting made. Because the elephant, when it is eating, one day it is 200 kilogram of leaves and grass, everything is eating, 200 kilogram, 200 kg, and it is drinking more water. So everything is doing, but it is wherever it goes, it is leaving its stool. From the stool, there are so many plants and the living entities are getting created and living entities are benefited. The forests are made by, because the entire forests are, it is whatever the forest available in the mountains, in the nearby our mountains, the road forest, because of the elephants, it is getting saved. So all the living entities, even from the top, the heavy animal like elephant, and even a small tiny creature, honeybee, that is also will be useful for the nature, and they are abiding the nature's law. But with the human being, Lord gave the six senses and little intelligence, but the intelligence should be used to understand the Lord. What we are doing, we are trying to understand this temporary place. Even Lord is saying that this place is temporary. You should not try to be in this place. This place is provided. All the beneficial, all the facilities are provided by the Lord. Water is provided, sun is provided, air is provided, heart, everything to lead a life in this, to live peacefully in this material world. Lord provided all the basic needs for us, and what we need to do, we need to simply sit and understand the script. Even scriptures also provided by the Lord. The Vedas provided by the Lord. Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, everything provided by the Lord. What we just need to read, and we need to understand who is Lord. We need to realize that we are nothing in front of the Lord, and our position is not the master. Our position is a servant. For that reason only, Lord made us a human being and provided all the facilities here. But once we come over here, what we are doing, we are trying to exploit all the living entity, not only the living entity, whatever there around us, everything we are trying to exploit. We are destroying, the mountains are made by the Lord. We are breaking the mountains, and we are making as a small pieces for the construction work. We are taking the mountains, we are breaking the mountains, and the earth, we are digging the earth, and whatever the underwater, say the underwater is provided for the big trees, and the trees will, the roots of the tree, it will go down, and it will take the water from the water source. Because the big trees, nobody is going to pour the water. No human being won't pour the water. The human being pour the water. If they have in their house, they will pour the water, or wherever they are in the cultivation, those places only they will leave the water. All the other places, wherever the trees are there and others there, only it will sustain because of the rain and as well as the groundwater. And what we are doing, we are destroyed all the natural resources around us, the drinking water. We are digging the ground, and from there also we are taking the water. And all of the chemicals we are pouring into the dumping in the place, the chemical also again mixing in that. And then again we are destroying the groundwater also, and we are which are actually meant for the trees and the living entities which are there in the under the mud. For that the water is meant for. But we are stealing that water, and we are destroying our earth. We are selling that water now. This is the time in selling that water. Some 30 years back, there is some 30, 40 years back, 40 years back, around 40 years back, some prediction was there. In Kali Yuga, in future, water will be sold. So that time people were not accepting that. Okay, how come water is available everywhere? How can water can be sold? But later, what happened? We started with the bottled water, and now even the cities, if you say, there is no water for daily users also. Then again we are getting the tanker water. So everything now, though all those are commercial now. The water is the big business now. It became a business to preparing a water. To 1 liter bottle, water bottle. If you take the water bottle, the mineral water, it is some 15 rupees, 20 rupees we are getting, and we are drinking this water. We don't know how much pure they are making. So they are saying that we are going through all the purification process. We are purifying the water, and we are putting in the bottle. But natural way, if you drink the water, and the purifying way, drinking the water, there are vast difference are there. Because natural way, it will have all the ingredients which are necessary for our body. But what is the purification process? We are removing all the other, whatever the required for our body, that also we are removing from the water. We are only the useless water in the form of water we are drinking, useless water. That's the reason there are so many deficiencies are happening for the human being. So why we are discussing all those things? Because we are going against the nature, and we are the purpose. We forget our purpose. The purpose of human being is to understand our position and go back to Godhead. That is the only purpose we are here. But what we are doing, we are trying to exploit this temporary material world. We are temporary. We are visitors to this material world. Even though we are visitors, because our tiny mind, what we are doing, we are trying to exploit this, and we are thinking that we are giving the advancement to our future generation. But we are not giving the advancement. We are taking them to the more problematic way. Even the future, whatever our generation is completed now, another generation is coming, means the next generation, whatever the natures, the same natures should be given to them also, because they are also going to utilize the same resources. What we did now, all the resources, natural resources are destroyed by us. Then how their next generation will live? See, some 40, 45, 50 years back, there is nobody can say that I don't have a child. There are so many children. Our forefathers used to give the birth. So five children, 8 children, 10 children, 15 children. That many children they used to deliver. But nowadays it become what happened? To delivering a one child is a big achievement. So for that also there IVF, EVF, there are so many things came. Okay, we are thinking that we are doing the advancement, but we destroyed our nature, and the ability of the delivering a child for a 15 to 20 child, that body become not even able to deliver one child. We destroyed our body. So this is our condition. This is our living entities condition is that only. So today's sloka, we discussed about the nature, all the five elements, and the five gross elements and 3 subtle elements. All these are created by the Lord for a particular purpose. Everything is created by the Lord. All the living entities, even the human being, everything is created by the Lord for a particular purpose. If the Lord is not there, there is no value for this. Because of his presence, there is a value for this material. So that's the reason Prahlad Maharaj told, even a small atom also, Lord's energy is there. So Lord is there, each and every atom also. That is the way we have to understand that each and everything in this material, whatever we are seeing, whatever we are feeling, everything is because by the grace of the Lord, by the mercy of the Lord. So we should appreciate that, we should glorify the Lord, and we need to utilize what is the real purpose God provided to us, and what is the purpose God created us. So we have to follow that instruction so that we can make our life perfect and we can go back to our Godhead. Hare Krishna. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Hare